My name is Kiana Madison. I am an expressionist painter, author, speaker, model, and arts wellness workshop facilitator. One of the first things I know about Monet is that he was just a prolific impressionist painter. During his time, he created around 2,500 different works of art over 7 decades, including paintings and drawings. He's most known for his semi-abstract depictions of water lilies, and he did a lot of traveling within France, Netherlands, and other parts of Europe to do different motifs of landscapes, seascapes, and some portraiture of the people that he knew. For me, I came to painting as a way to help me cope with surviving the beginning of breast, ovarian, and uterine cancers. And so painting for me is a way to promote emotional well-being and to bring the soul back to life after going through such hardship.
My name is Brady Smith, and I'm a painter. I make still life and portraits in acrylic paint. A lot of my work are still lifes. And my still lifes are always from life. I've often been inspired by Monet and his work from life and his studies of light. I am drawn to Monet's quietest paintings. I think his gardens and the lilies are quiet. I think they're not quite as quiet as some of the sunsets or some of his paintings of like Notre Dame, but I think they still allow for that meditation and that time to sit with oneself. And that's so much what gardening is. And he was an avid gardener and spent a lot of time out there gardening as an art form almost. And so then to take that meditative time that you put into a garden and to place it into a painting, I think it certainly evokes that.
My name is Camille Galofre, and I do transformational landscape art. In terms of that word transformational, it's just the fact that the landscape is constantly changing, not just from like sunrise to sunset, but every day something's growing, something's moving, something's changing. So the way I kind of work that in my art is through kind of like that abstract movement a little bit. I was in Arizona before and Ecuador and Colombia before, and I love seeing how the evolution of the colors have changed just because of the places that I've been. And I think that's like a lot of what Monet did. It was about specific places, specific time of day, specific experiences, and what he was living in nature, in the landscape, and that's what he was trying to recreate.
One of the pieces of advice that I have for visitors looking at Claude Monet's works is to take time before you even go to the exhibit to just read a little bit about his life and what things were happening at the beginning of his life or in the middle and towards the end, especially since he paints a lot of the same motifs repeatedly in different lighting and different seasons. And depending on what was happening in his life story, you can see different aspects of his emotionality come out in terms of seeing more muted colors or more vibrant colors.
The biggest advice I can give them is to allow yourself to think and to form opinions. I think a lot of times we come into a exhibition and say, it's Monet, it's all going to be great. And it's all great, but whether or not that's great to you changes that.
I think for somebody coming into the museum to see Monet's exhibit for the first time, I think the biggest thing is to realize that it is about just taking it in and not overthinking about it too much, because it's so layered and there's so much to see in one specific painting that it's really just about understanding how he handles the paint and how he handles the layers and how he handles the color and the light.